A warm hello. Let me show you the planetary picture for June. There's a new moon with Mercury in Gemini, which denotes open, expansive conversations. Talking about all kinds of things will bring helpful information and all kinds of ideas. There'll be happy times and spontaneity. A challenging feature of June, though, is this clash between the planetary giants, Saturn and Uranus. This signifies that the drive for change, Uranus, will clash with the way things are or have been for some time. Last but not least, there'll be a burst of Mars energy with Mars moving into Leo, which will liven things up. Here's your forecast for June. Aries. Aries on the first house, the house that refers to you. The new moon in Gemini with Mercury falls in the third house. This means there'll be an exciting new project with so much to learn as you go, but stimulating, informative exchanges with associates will point the way. Also, a particularly knowledgeable colleague or mentor will guide you at every important turn. A short trip or change of scene will be fun. It'll be an opportunity to go exploring. You may be keen to change your financial setup here with Uranus in the second house, or a financial arrangement, or limit the cost of an expensive undertaking. A long-term view will help you build a bridge between what you want and what you can afford. Emotionally and in practical terms, with Saturn here in the 11th house, the house of hopes and wishes, means that you will need to let go something you've wanted or been planning for some time. Alternatively, you may need to reconsider your approach or the goalpost with something you've been working towards for some time. Pouring energy into special plans and activities with your children or grandchildren, with Mars moving into the 5th house, will be meaningful and rewarding. Taurians. Putting Taurus on the first house, the house that refers to you. The feature that we're looking at this month is the new moon with Mercury in Gemini. It's in your second house, the house of finances and new possessions. The challenging square that's accented this month, Saturn square Uranus, is there. It is particularly featured for you because Saturn's at the top of the chart in the section of the career and direction, and Uranus is in Taurus, referring directly to you. And so Mars moving into the 4th house is very important too, because that is the home and family zone. So financial discussions, because of the new moon and Mercury in the 2nd house, will give you exciting new ideas, answer a lot of financial questions, and you'll gain helpful pieces of advice that you can really use. Fun new devices and possessions will add to your enjoyment in life. Now, with Uranus so strong here, you may want more personal freedom, but a commitment or situation may be holding you back. It will take time to achieve the right balance. And now with Saturn in the 10th house, are you resisting change in your career or personal direction? You may need to adapt to new conditions or change your approach because it's time to update. Now Mars moving into the 4th house, the home and family zone, will bring a surge of action on the home front with family plans and domestic undertakings, and you'll achieve a goal you've been working towards for some time. Geminis. Gemini on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon with Mercury in your zodiac sign. The Saturn square Uranus aspect, and Mars moving into Leo, the house of new projects and short trips. So, with all of this lovely Gemini accent on your zodiac sign, there'll be fun personal plans you're really looking forward to, and they will light up the month of June. There'll be a feast of sharing, communication, and you'll be able to ask lots of questions. New ideas and possibilities will unfold. There'll also be a thought-provoking lesson or information along the way. A fun exchange or encounter will sparkle with romantic vibes. It'll be a fun flirtation. Now, breaking free from a restrictive or drawn-out situation or commitment, because Uranus here in the 12th house is a desire for freedom. But because it's in the 12th house, it will be a 2 steps forward, 1 step back process. That slow motion is emphasized by the fact that Saturn is square. So now with Saturn in the 9th house, is it time to embrace a new or different world? Exploring new interests or possibilities and meeting new people will expand your horizons. Getting out and about and traveling extra distances with Mars moving into the 3rd house and connecting with relatives, friends or associates from a distance will rev up the pace of life. Cancerians. Putting Cancer on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon with Mercury in the 12th house. Here's the Saturn-Uranus clash and the Mars energy surge. Now I'll explain what that means. This 12th house features indicates that a slow-moving task or project will have a new lease of life. New ideas, encouraging discussions, and timely information will give it a fresh new momentum. There may also be a lot of discussions about the past, thinking about the past, reflecting upon it, and learning from it. A get-together or conversation that turns back time will be fun and also nostalgic. Changing desires, that's coming from the Uranus in the house of hopes and wishes. Changing desires will reshape your plans for the future, but there'll be financial considerations that influence your decisions. That's the square to Saturn. A financial arrangement or debt may need to be revamped, or there'll be a tax, super or insurance matter, complex financial business to work through. It will take patience to sort this out. That is the Saturn in the 8th house. Earning extra money as Mars moves into the 2nd house and good financial deals would be advantageous financially. Just watch a tendency to overspend. Leos. Putting Leo on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. For starters, this is the new moon with Mercury in Gemini, the house of friends, hopes and wishes. The Saturn square Uranus here is a very big square between the relationship house and the direction house. And here we have Mars moving into Leo, which will really rev things up. So, for Leos, fun plans and outings will bring a wave of friendly encounters and exchanges. Your circle of friends and contacts will grow. With all that 11th house, it is that there will be fun highlights. You'll gain helpful tips and intriguing ideas from a colourful assortment of associates and contacts. Breaking new ground with a career or personal ambition with Uranus up there will be challenging because of the Saturn square. You may feel out on a limb. A changing relationship or changing conditions for someone close will require personal adjustments. You'll be more assertive as the month unfolds with Mars in your zodiac sign. There'll be issues or situations where you take a stand and you'll lead the way with an exciting new project. Virgos. Virgo, on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon with Mercury in Gemini in the career and direction house. Here is the Saturn square Uranus in the chart. And there is Mars in Leo moving into the 12th. Now what all of that means. Stimulating exchanges will point the way with an ambitious undertaking. The more you discuss ideas with knowledgeable associates, the more they'll grow and exciting new possibilities will emerge. So you can see the new moon with Mercury in the 10th house is favourable for getting ahead and pursuing your career direction. Now, fun places, friendly people and singles a charming encounter will add happy highlights and interludes to the month ahead. Spreading your wings on the job with Uranus up here in the 9th house, you do want to spread your wings, and taking on unusual challenges will push you out of your comfort zone. A new project will bring a learning curve. You may be resisting change with a health pursuit or goal. That is the Saturn in the 6th house. It will be time to reconsider your approach. Also on the job, because the 6th house refers to work matters. Also on the job, a situation that requires you to use new equipment, adjust to a new role, boss or work policy will ask a lot of you. There'll be unfinished financial business and a domestic or family commitment. You'll also pour energy into working behind the scenes with an ambitious career undertaking. So that is the Mars in the 12th house. Much will be achieved, but at times your staying power will be tested. Librans. Putting Libra on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon in Gemini, the house of broader horizons and travel. Here is the Saturn square Uranus clash. and the Mars moving into the 11th house. Now, what all that means. Travel plans or a change of scene will add a fun dimension to your life. Alternatively, exciting plans and rewarding communication exchanges will add a fresh dimension to a long-distance relationship. Exploring a new environment, a new interest, or cultivating a new social circle will be fun and expansive. A financial undertaking or arrangement, that is Uranus in the 8th, that's breaking new ground will require a very practical, investigative approach. Research and looking into new options will serve you. You may feel stuck with a commitment or issue with your children or someone dear. That's Saturn in the 5th house. It's time to rethink your approach. Fun plans with your partner or a relative with Mars in the 11th house, because this is a fun house, may cost a pretty penny, but you'll be keen to enjoy them to the hilt. Scorpios. Scorpio, on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon with Mercury in Gemini, and it is one of the financial houses. Saturn square Uranus, and Mars is here in the 10th house. So what all this means. Discussing financial issues or negotiating deals with the Sun and new moon with Mercury in the 8th house, one of the financial houses, will be enlightening. You'll gather valuable pieces of information, learn something important, and understand financial possibilities better than you have before. A short trip or exploring a beautiful place will be fun. Alternatively, you'll enjoy a new social scene and meet warm, likable people. A long-distance relationship could be warmer and closer too. A changing relationship with Uranus here in the 7th house may be challenging. Be prepared for some thoughtful give and take. A domestic or family issue or project with Saturn in the 4th house, the house of the family and the home, that it's been slow to move forward, will be an exercise in patience. It will be full steam ahead with an ambitious career or personal project with Mars right up here at the top of the chart. This is your chance to show what you can do. Sagittarians. Sagittarius on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here's the new moon with Mercury in Gemini, the zone of relationships. Here's the Saturn square Uranus challenge, and Mars accenting the house of travel and new experiences. So, starting with the Gemini accent, the new moon here, a family project or event will be a special highlight of June. It will be an opportunity to nurture communication lines with family members, share open exchanges, learn about different relatives, and bridge the distance with an estranged relative or in-law. There may also be a new commitment or chapter with someone dear. A social first will be a fun highlight and an opportunity to develop interesting new connections. Changes on the job with Uranus here in the 6th house will test your flexibility and versatility. You'll take a health pursuit. The 6th house is also about health matters. You'll take a health pursuit to a new level or in a new direction as well. You'll need to dig deep here with Saturn in Aquarius to change your approach and your thinking and expectations towards a slow-moving project or difficult associate. Travel plans with Mars moving into the 9th house will fire your imagination. Alternatively, a fun interest could take you into uncharted territory. Capricorns. Putting Capricorn on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here's the new moon with Mercury in Gemini in the 6th house. That is the house of work and health. Here is the Saturn square Uranus challenge. I'll explain that in your forecast. And Mars moving into the 8th house, which is complex financial business. So a work opportunity or an unusual personal project that's a lot of work will require teamwork. You'll contribute and learn so much as you go. Also, health discussions, remember the 6th house is also about health, will be informative and encouraging. Interesting options will emerge and steer you down a new path. There'll be fun as well as meaning in a unique personal achievement. You'll enjoy the challenge, or it will set up a new benchmark for you. Someone dear may be changing with Uranus in the 5th house, that is referring to loved ones. This is a time to give them space or to relate to them on a new level. To get ahead financially with Saturn in the second house, you will need a new strategy and long-term plan, or to change your spending habits. Now with Mars in the 8th house, the house of complex financial issues, a sudden or pressing financial matter will push up the pressure gauge. Prompt follow-through will prove profitable for you. Now Aquarius. Aquarius on the first house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon with Mercury in Gemini in the 5th house, the house that refers to loved ones. We have the Saturn in your zodiac sign square Uranus, and Mars moving into the 7th house, the relationship zone. Now what all of that means. You'll make a special effort with loved ones with this new moon in the 5th house to share special plans together, celebrate something special, or savor meaningful moments. Thoughtful exchanges where you listen and learn will ensure you're on the same page. A fun interest will become a passion. The more you engage, the more you'll embrace all that it has to offer. Changes on the home or family front or a big domestic project that is here with Uranus in the 4th house will bring about new pressures, commitments, and a different home situation. It will be time to set a new norm with a drawn-out responsibility or undertaking with Saturn here in your 1st house. And finally, with Mars moving into Leo in the relationship zone, you'll pour energy into a demanding commitment with another, but there may be simmering differences to soothe in the process. And Pisces. Putting Pisces on the 1st house, the house that refers to you. Here is the new moon which falls in the zone of the home and family. Here we have the Saturn square Uranus challenge and Mars moving into the 6th house, the sector of work and health. So with this lovely new moon with Mercury in the 4th house, family discussions will tweak a special family or domestic project. As you listen to the different ideas and desires of family members, it will help you make your decisions. A fun occasion, breakaway, or favourite activity will be a joy. A special personal project that's breaking new ground for you with Uranus here in the 3rd house will require you to change your ways, learn new techniques, and generally update your ideas. The past, with Saturn here in Aquarius in the 12th, will have a hold. Letting go how you thought things should or would be will bring a new understanding. And finally, with pouring energy into a health pursuit or physical task with Mars moving into the 6th house will bring ongoing benefits. There'll be more to a labour of love than meets the eye. It'll bring educational and challenging new experiences.